Body language is important. The way we use our facial expressions, the way we use our shoulders, our hands, and our bodies indicates a lot about our mood and how much we're listening to one another. So today we dig into facial expressions and listening, but also how we can use them to better express the joy we have as Christians and how we can be a better friend to each other through active listening. Think of a time when someone wasn't listening to you. You can see those facial cues. They're staring off into the distance. They just don't really care about what you're saying. Everyone wants to be respected and to be valued. And if you really want to get to know someone, you have to show them that you really care. Show them that you want to know more about them. They won't expose their soft middle unless they feel a genuine love and understanding that you want to listen. What you can't see is that clue on the right. Seek first to understand and then be understood. You will find that when you take the time to listen to others, they will take the time to listen to you too. The scriptures do declare that listening is exceptionally important. In Proverbs 12, we see, "He who is wise listens." 2 ears, 1 mouth, we listen. Also, we hear to answer before listening, that is folly and shame, another proverb. Don't answer. Listen, learn, grow. So we dig deeper into those nonverbal communications so that we can live our life as a child of God, actively expressing it not only with our mouth and with our minds, but with our facial expressions and with our body language. For actions do speak louder than words. Jesus said, "In the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." We're letting our light shine. When they see you, fellow Christian, do they see someone that's like, life is miserable, oh, woe is me? Or do they see someone who knows they have been redeemed and changed by the blood of the Lamb, Jesus Christ? We're to let our light shine in the universe so that others can see the joy we have. I'm going to give you some tips on how to share that joy with your body language today. We communicate in so many different ways in the world today. Of course, we use our speech. That's the way most of us communicate. We also express ourselves, body language, today's lesson, but also texting and using digital devices. By the way, it's hard to understand someone's emotion through a text. I'm so glad they've included emojis now on the keyboard so that we can actually share a smiley face that was a joke, or I'm angry face, or whatever it is, so they can know your mood. We've even taken facial expressions and made them digital. That's how important they are in communication. So here's a thoughtful question for you. What speaks louder? Here are your choices. Actual words that we speak, is that how we communicate the best? What about our tone of voice and our inflection? Is that where we hear and communicate the most based on what the hearer understands? Or is it our nonverbal body language and other facial expression cues? What do you think? Well, here are the percentages based on recent surveys. Communication is only 7% real words. So if you really want people to listen to what you're saying, the tone of voice and nonverbal has to be there. Now, tone of voice, 38%. This happens in a household all the time. You tell your parents, "I'm sorry." Your Your facial expression, your attitude doesn't really mean you're sorry. Your tone of voice says, I'm not really sorry. I just know that's what you want to hear, Mom. And you know what Mom is hearing? Yeah, they're not sorry. 38%, your tone of voice matters. And finally, 55% nonverbal. So you can be saying all the right things. You can be answering the questions correctly. You could be telling people what they want to hear. But if your tone of voice isn't expressing interest, if your body language doesn't express interest, they're going to know you really don't care. You're just giving lip service to doing the right thing. And this is what it looks like on a graph. That's over half is your body language, your physiology. 38% with that tone of voice, and then your words. All three work together to effectively communicate what you have to say. And by the way, if you are listening or not. So today I want to help you be aware of the message you're sending through your face and through your body language. Now, here are some negative actions with your hands or your arms. If you're clenching your fists, if you're doing this or even holding them at your side, which I can't do right now, but if you're clenching your fists, you're showing, no, I'm not really open to what you have to say right now, or I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to come back at you. If your arms are crossed, this is kind of a stance of defense. When you do this, you're protecting your vital organs on the inside. And when you cross your arms, you're saying, I'm protecting myself. I'm not letting you in. It's a negative action. And then finally, it says wringing of hands. You can't see it there, but the wringing of the hands. If you're doing this, you're just expressing nervousness. I'm not really listening. I'm kind of wringing my hands and I'm not really paying attention. And you're sending a bad message to those you're listening to. Now, here's one on body positioning. I kind of love this picture. This guy, they're having a conversation over a table. One guy's like, hey, dude, are you listening? The other guy's like, I don't really care. I'm distracted by the bird over there. Oh, a squirrel. Wow, look at that. See, they're not seeing things. They're not making eye contact. There's a lot of negative body language in regards to positioning. So a slumped head, slumped shoulders, it sends the message, I don't really care, dude. I don't really care. You're looking away. You're hunching your shoulders. Body angled away from the person in that picture up above. You can see that guy's kind of angling away saying, yeah, you're over there. Okay, hi. Distracted. I want to look over here instead. Other thing is like rocking back and forth. If you're always, but you're not really locked into the person, you're giving them negative body language simply by positioning yourself poorly. Now we have negative facial expression. Here you got no eye contact. I can always tell when I'm teaching if students are paying attention or not. They're either taking notes and following along, but the ones who are truly listening are giving me eye contact. Imagine if I had this video on and I was looking over here the entire time, and it's like I'm talking to Jesus over here on the wall in that stained glass window, but I'm ignoring you over here. I can always tell when someone's paying attention when they give good eye contact. Now, here are some positive body language and facial expression ideas. So one is that sustained eye contact. Let's lock in eyes together. Let's pay attention. Now, sometimes they do say you need to give them a break and you can look away for a moment. But in most cases, eye contact says, hey, I'm listening to you and I care about you. Attentive focus. You can see the ladies in the chair. They're on the edge of their seat. That's actually the next slide. But they're on the edge of their seat and they're showing, I am listening to you. Nodding, following along, not nodding asleep, but nodding, giving the affirmative yes or oh no, or whatever you're doing. Tilting of the head like a puppy dog, right? Tilting of the head. Oh, okay, I get it. I'm listening. Slightly squinting. Oh, yeah, I see. Hand on the cheek. With eye contact. If it's this, that's not good. But this, yeah, I'm listening to you. Oh man, I hurt right along with you. Now here are, and of course the stroking of the chin kind of, yeah, that really is a problem. Now we've got positive body language positioning. The sitting on the edge of your seat, like in this photo here, that lady's not slouched or hunched over, but she's attentive, looking right into the eyes of the other person. Here we have moving closer. If I keep backing away, it's like, yeah, not really interested. But if I move in close, if I sit close, I'm like, hey, yeah, how you doing? I really care. Directing body and eyes to show you're listening. So the eyes directed at the person, the body also demonstrates when I'm facing you that I want to listen to you, that you have my undivided my attention, not the TV, not the phone in my hands. You have my attention. Also, open hands and uncrossed hands also express yourself very well in an open posture, like, oh, that person wants to listen to me. So this is positive body positioning. So does your body language reflect who you are as a child of God? Do you express those fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control? Are they seeing that in your body language? Or are they seeing grumpy, moody, egotistical, aloof person? Those aren't fruits of the Spirit. So what are the fruits of your faith? And is your body language expressing those fruits in a positive way? It helps us to be aware, doesn't it? Because we are sending a message all the time. Sometimes we send fruit like this, nasty, yucky, rotten fruit. We're like, yeah, life stinks. Yeah, I'm a Christian. Boo. Why hasn't God changed this or that? Blah, blah, blah. People are going to say, I don't want that. I don't want to be that person. So the fruit of the Spirit doesn't always have to be, by the way, woohoo, look at me, I'm happy and joyful. It can just be content. It can be filled with hope and optimism and joy. For Colossians 3:12 through 14 says this, put on then as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, patience, bearing with one another. And if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other as the Lord has forgiven you. So you also must forgive. And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. Do you hear how your body language can express that love? We put on love, we forgive. We show hope. We show kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. We can express so much with our facial expression and body language. Sam and I are having a great time out in the leaves, and we just decided to be silly. There you could see pure joy and excitement as he's opening one of his Christmas gifts. And who can't help but have a big, genuine smile when you're in Cars Land, right? So our faces express the feelings that we're having in the moment. And by the way, it's okay to be sad and express those emotions. But if you decide to be grumpy and moody and temperamental all the time, that's not showing the fruit of the Spirit really growing and developing in you. Do we all need to work at it? Absolutely. Does my family look like this all the time? Absolutely not, right? We need to work on it as well. So express your joy for the Lord with your body language and your facial expression. When you do, people are more open to listening to you. When you listen to them, they're more open to hearing what you have to say and give you influence when you first listen to them. So be attentive. Send the message with your body, your face, and your mouth. I'm here for you. The joy of the Lord is my strength. May this be a motto that we can all use as we think about how we express ourselves through our bodies, through our faces, and through our words. May the joy of the Lord be expressed because He is our strength. Have an awesome, productive, positive body language and facial expression day. I love you.